Hello, good evening, and welcome to day 10. We're in double digits. Ah! Got a really funny story before I go on to my next bit, which is all about kind of like sharing the story and the journey. Really interesting. I'd love to get your thoughts, so stick around. But Oliver opened up the cupboard in the kitchen today and said to Ash, "Oh, can I have one of these, please?" And it was like a mixed bag of sweets, so like crunchies, chomps, all that sort of stuff. And I was like, no, you're not having any now. You have dinner first. And he's like, "Oh, God, please, please." You know when they get really moany. So Ash was like, "It's dog food. Why would you want dog food?" He's like, oh no, I don't want dog food." And he put it back. Parenting lesson, there we go. I, on the other hand, am going to enjoy this dog food. So there you go. That's my little fun story of the day. Today's been another interesting day. I think every day is becoming very interesting now. Ups and downs, I've got to say. This morning was pretty rough, getting to nursery and then dropping Joshua off at my mum's. Like, that was just a stressful period. We woke up slightly later because we use our kids as our alarm clock. Probably not great. So we woke up slightly later, had less time to prepare, and just kind of, you know, when you just wake up and you're just going. You've just jumped straight into this race with Usain Bolt. You just got to keep running. So that was really stressful, and it's something I thought about today, apart from living designedly, like, how do you make that less stressful? So definitely going to explore different things around that. And then I had some conversations which really opened up, like, they're really thought-provoking. It was all about kind of communicating, you know, your vision and your story and your journey and why you're doing what you're doing. And both conversations really aligned, even though they were completely separate. So I think that kind of just showed me that it's something I really need to work through now. And it's a part of this this part I'm just not very good at when it comes to myself, because I'm so close to it. Whereas when I'm working with other businesses, it's so easy and it seems so obvious. I'm sure when you're going to be looking at me going, "But it's so obvious, Lauren, just do this." And I'm like, oh. So, and it's all about the storytelling, like the sharing of your experiences and your journey. And I can do it in the moment like this and when I'm reflecting back. But when it's about sharing, like, how I've got to where I've got to, or, you know, like one of the questions that someone asked me today, I was kind of sharing this concept and the idea of living designedly. We haven't spoken since April, so it was really kind of refreshing to speak to them. And they were like, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah, of course. Like, what? Go." And they were like, "What's been the catalyst for change? What was the changing moment that made you decide to go and do this?" And I was like, wow. And it was so easy. I was like just talking about it and telling him, and it seemed so easy, and it just came so naturally. Didn't need to think about it. But I then think to myself, like, because for me, I don't necessarily share that unless someone's asking me, which I don't think is the right thing, because obviously there are real key elements in that make up who I am today and why I'm doing what I'm doing today. But, and I think within that, I was just talking to Ash about it just now, like, you want to share the story because, you know, it creates a better connection, people get to know you more. And I'm not really afraid of sharing any of it. There's no fear around that. I think my fear is that people, I don't want to use any of it as a sob story or sympathy or anything like that. It's just those moments of my life have made me who I am today. So it's how to then articulate it in the best way so it comes across in the right way. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. I've just never been very, very good at that. And I think also because, like, in the moment, like, I'm so quick to kind of move on. I'm 5 miles ahead. I'm always a step further. I'm always moving. So I forget about those moments and then sharing those. You know, like one of the things Ash said today, you said, you know, you tell people about kind of, you know, that you started off, you bought a house with someone and then you sold it, you know, because you broke up, and then you bought your own house, you know, completely yours, 2-bedroom house, all yours. And then, you know, from there, you've now gone on to the house you've got now. And I was like, no, I don't, because I kind of almost, not forget about it, but it's kind of done, and I'm always looking forward. And maybe it's because I don't look in the past, I'm thinking out loud now. And also because I'm like, I don't ever want to be seen as someone that's like bragging about stuff that they have, like, because that just makes people feel shit. Like, I don't like when I see people that do that sort of stuff, but at the same time, like, I've worked friggin' hard for it, don't get me wrong. I've done really well in my corporate job, and, you know, the job that I had, but it's not something I like want to go and shout about, because I don't want to be seen as that sort of, you know, look at me, woo. And also because I think I always look further, and I'm always looking for, you know, achieving other things, that's almost just a part of the journey. I don't see that as the end thing. So I don't see it as a big thing, maybe. I don't know, maybe that sounds like I'm not grateful. Like, I'm super grateful. I'm always, you know, when I see certain things, or like with Oliver and Josh, and I'm always so grateful for practice gratitude all the time. It's just such a mind-boggling situation. But I know I need to do more of it. So I'm gonna have to find a way to do that in my style, in my way, that comes across for you, you know, for you in terms of adding value as well. I'm not just gonna say stuff for the sake of saying it. Like, I want this to really be something that you can take away. And like I said, that, you know, it's all about showing what's possible, opening the mind, that there is so many opportunities, there's so many possibilities, that you've just got to think creatively and find ways, you know. And when I think about, you know, what does living design do, one of the questions, like, what does it actually do? Now, because we don't have any products or services or anything, you know, there's nothing to sell, but we do what's needed. That's it. We do whatever's needed, and we'll find that as we go on the journey. So more stories, telling. Yeah, because there's so much. There is so much. When I think back to that question, I think is the question, like, what's been the catalyst for this coming to this point? And there is so much, from school to, you know, Oliver's situation to my own situation, so many different things. So yeah, you have to find a way, people. You have to find a way to do this. That's it. So they've been, and then this afternoon was pretty tiring. So that was just the morning. This afternoon, the boys just haven't wanted to sleep, so it's been tough. But we've had dinner. It's very zen now. They're both asleep, and it's chill. It's good. Ash is going to tidy the garage. I'm, on the other hand, going to properly put some of this together now. Now that my mind's in the zone, I'm going to go do some of this work. So yeah, any tips welcome. And if there's certain things you want to see more of, like, give me loads of ideas, everybody, because that would be really helpful. So speak to you soon. Bye.